So, the new Civic Type R has been officially revealed, and while all details have not been fully disclosed, there's a lot to unpack. The general consensus in the car community is that the new Civic Type R is a huge improvement over the last generation, both in style and functionality. You see, one of the main things about the old Civic Type R was a lot of the vents were actually fake. They had no actual function. Whereas in the new Civic Type R, there are real vents, and it's also less hyper-stylized. And I feel like that was actually one of the main themes of the older generation Civic Type R, was that it was almost obnoxiously stylized on purpose. It had a massive wing, a lot of details, a lot of different elements in the body and the general design language that kind of made it a loud car. While personally I like some elements of this design, I do believe that the newer generation does look way more sleek and actually better. The newer body style, as I mentioned earlier, is way more sleek and almost has more of a muscly stance, using more horizontal and simpler shapes to help build the body. Now personally, that might just be because of the fact that I personally like American cars. I just really like the more simplistic use of horizontal lines and basic geometric features that really make up a lot of American cars. But that's just personally me. But I do like the new design of the new Civic, and I think it's a huge improvement over the last generation. One thing that I don't like is the newer taillights. I feel like one of the strong things the last generation of Civic had was the taillights. They were very unique to that car, and I kind of wish those were going to stick around. But overall, I definitely think the new Civic is a massive improvement. However, looks are only one thing. Honda is keeping the same turbo 4-banger under the hood, however the engine is being modified in certain areas to make more power. While the official numbers have not been revealed, this will be the most powerful Civic Type R. Keep in mind the last Civic Type R had 306 horsepower, so I would expect this car to make anywhere from 315 to 320. Honda really also seems to be marketing this as a high-performance, track-oriented car. However, since this car is also a hatchback, practicality is not sacrificed. The interior has also been redesigned, nowhere near as heavily as the exterior. However, some of the design language of the exterior kind of bleeds into the interior. Again, the use of more horizontal lines to make simpler features really stick out. However, the very egg-shaped shift knob is still around, like it is on the old Civic Type R. Don't know why, just think that shift knob really looks like an egg for whatever reason. Not hating on it, just an observation. But overall, I think at least so far, the new Civic is shaping up to be a huge improvement. I'm really interested to see where that goes. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm really more of a fan of American cars more than any other type. It's always interesting to see how other companies are doing their performance cars, and it looks like Honda's really taken steps in the right direction to improve their brand. Kind of as where the old Civic Type R was over-stylized on purpose, this one has been way dialed back and actually kind of made more simple and subtle on purpose, which I like. However, that's just my personal opinion. Let me know how y'all think of this car in the comments below. As soon as you're watching this video, it probably means that you are indeed a car enthusiast. And we have plenty of other videos on our channel if you want to watch those. More recently, and by far my favorite video that I've made yet, I made it about my dream car, the Boss 302. So be sure to check that video out. Had a lot of fun making that. But yeah, feel free to look around the channel and enjoy. Until I make my next video, I'll see you around.